Giving you story after story, everything is true. Some things are kinda scary, so what you gonna do? Cause that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes we spit scripture, line upon line, not discussing wickedness, but what is divine. And
yes sir, yes sir. Tales from the Sipp. Yes sir, yes sir. Back once again. Tales from the Sipp, episode 77. Yeah, it's a special edition right here. I got two guests on here. You know what I'm talking about? They're gonna come and give their story. Yeah, something special I'm doing. But right now, let's get ready to bring them on. Yes, sir.
Shalom,
What's
shalom.
up, Crystal from 1FLESH?
Jay Martin.
Yes, sir.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, got 1FLESH in the building. You know what I'm saying? They gonna give a testimony, tell a little story. They gonna do something special. You know, give y'all something, give you something new. So before we get started, now 1FLESH, this is you know, these are major music executives too. You know what I'm talking about? They do their thing. You know what I'm saying? We got Jay Martin and Crystal. So, who want to go and tell their story first?
I will.
Okay. On you, sis.
All right. So I'm gonna tell two different things. One story is kind of, I would say, a weird, strange experience that I had before coming into truth, and then a thing that happened to me after coming into the truth. So the first story is that J Mar and I had just moved into an apartment. We moved in with a roommate. And so we was just chilling this particular day. I think J Mar we might have had a shot or two before I decided to go take a nap. So I took a nap, and I remember the TV was on and the fan was blowing, because I always got to have a fan on when I'm asleep. So I had the fan going and everything, and I kind of turned the TV down low, and only you can just hear the fan. And so I was laying there, and then all of a sudden I felt what felt like pressure on my back, because I was laying on my stomach. So I felt like there was pressure on me. So I woke up because I thought it was him. Thought he had come back in the room, and I just didn't know. And so, but I felt like I was awake, like my eyes were open, but I couldn't move my body. So I thought that was weird, that I was trying to move so I could turn around really quick and see if it was him, but I couldn't move. So then I woke up more. I feel like I kind of woke myself up a little more when I could start to move a little bit. And when I got up, nobody was in the room. Nobody was there with me. And so I thought it was weird, and I just jumped up out of bed and I just ran into the living room where he was, and he was actually on the balcony with one of his friends. And so I didn't want to burst out there with some weird story like, say something was going on. I think there was a spirit or something in the room, you know. And I just thought that was so strange. I know that I've heard other people have had this happen to them before, but just the feeling of, first of all, like I said, something being in the room with me, and then that something was on my back, like something was weighing me down to the point where I couldn't move my body. And so then I know that there's things like sleep paralysis. I don't know.
Paralysis.
Yeah. And so I don't know if that was going on. Like I was, still like my body was still asleep, but my mind was awake. And so maybe that's why I felt the heaviness. But regardless, I felt like something else was in the room with me. So I was freaked out. I was creeped out. I didn't know what was going on. And so that's that story. That had me freaked out. I don't know if you ever felt anything like that before.
Oh yeah, I had that. I had that a bunch of times. Though sleep paralysis. You
Mhm.
had, you got a lot of older people. They say a witch riding your back and stuff like that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? But
yeah.
yeah, that done happened to me a bunch of times.
Okay.
And
So
and
so after that, this is some years on down the road. We moved. We were in Virginia when that happened. So we've moved. We're in Kentucky now. And we have come into the truth. And I just loved it so much. I was always reading in the Bible. I wanted to know all the stories. I wanted to know what everything meant. I just wanted to know everything about it. So I was real at this point. It was just heavy in the word, just deep. Every day I had to get in there and do some type of studying and some type of lesson. So I had already done that for the day, and he was off to work, and I again was just weird. It's just another sleep kind of like situation, but I had laid down to take a nap on the couch. And I hadn't yet got to sleep. I laid my head down and then I got up to adjust my pillow, but my eyes were open. And my eyes are open, and then all of a sudden I have this vision, and I still don't know what it means today. It still hasn't, like, I still don't know the meaning of it, but I'll just go into what it was. So the vision was, I felt like I was standing at a beach or something, or some place where it was water, and I can feel the breeze from the ocean. Like I could feel I felt like I was there, like my body had somehow went to this place. And like there was a breeze, and my hair was kind of like blowing. I could feel like my hair over my face, kind of like. And there was someone in red. There was two people actually in red, and they were carrying somebody on a stretcher. And like one of those stretchers where like they hold you like up on it, like not nothing on wheels or anything like that. Like they put it on the ground, put somebody on there, and then they start to carry this person away or whatever. But it was like chaos, like all kinds of stuff that was going on around. I just was focused on these people in red that was carrying this other person away. And then all of a sudden it flashed away, and then I was back in that spot where I was. So I've just found that really weird, because I've never had anything like that happen where I'm awake but am somewhere else or taken somewhere else. That was really, really, really an outer body, if you will, outer body experience, because I had never witnessed anything like this. And I still feel like it's something spiritual, but again, it hasn't happened. So I still don't know the true meaning of it or whatever. So I feel like it's something to come, it's something future, but I don't know. So that was another weird experience that I had.
mm, you said it was two people in red. They was picking you up or somebody else.
See, I don't see, and this was a couple years ago, so I feel like I've distorted the vision of it. I felt like in the beginning, I think I remember telling him about it, and I was like, I can't recall if it was me that was on the stretcher or if it was someone else. Like I was out of body, like watching them take me. I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Yeah, and then it's funny how you mentioned that both of them was in like red, so that's get your attention.
Yeah,
Cause everybody else, you really didn't pay attention to, and you see a bunch of chaos was around.
right.
I don't know. You probably can, pray to the Most High, and He can give you the understanding. He interprets dreams. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's right. Yeah.
But
Especially
it might
vision.
have been something to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
it could have been something, it could not be something, but I just felt like with the whole thing of me not actually being asleep and it happened, that made it feel more like it was different. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, that's a vision.
visions. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So, but yeah, you're right. I feel like I had focused on it and kind of prayed about it or whatever, but I haven't in a long time. I haven't even really thought about it in a while. Um,
Right.
until you asked about some circumstances and things like that that's happened, maybe paranormal, vision wise. So yeah, so that experience, like I said, I keep it with me. I think about it often, or not often. I think about it when it comes up, and I'm like, I'm just still like, I don't know what that meant. I don't know what it is. So I think I will pray on it a little more.
Yeah, eventually you will figure out what it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You want? I'm gonna pass the mic to him. Let him tell his experience.
Yeah. That was two nice stories. I appreciate you, you coming on and telling that story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, the big man, the MC, the dropping C's, the man of the hour. J-Mar, 10.
All right, so
what you got for J-Mar?
All right, so I'm gonna tell a little story about the first time I think I seen an angel at work. So I was in the Navy, and I worked on an aircraft carrier, biggest ship in the Navy, like a moving airport. And the way that the planes land or whatever, they got these hooks on the back of them, and there's these metal wires that stretch across the flight deck where the planes land at. And that plane comes in, and the hook of the plane catches that wire that stretches out like a rubber band, and that's what stops the plane. So you go through training and everything, and you learn that if any of these wires ever break, it reacts like a rubber band. Like there was many occurrences in the past to where a wire breaks and it slings back and kills a lot of people. What's crazy about it was 9/11 2003 though, 2 years after them towers or whatever. So we're on there doing normal flight operations, and a plane come in, and just like normal, it catches the wire and it stretches to its max and it pops, and this wire, it snaps back like a rubber band. And I knew this guy, his name was Nicholson. And when the wire came towards him, he wasn't facing the wire. He was turned away from the wire, and he jumped completely over this wire, traveling probably 100 miles an hour. And then it swings back again, and he jumps again. And, so that exact day, I think it was the Discovery Channel. The Discovery Channel was on the ship, and they was just shooting a video of how these operations go down. So I remember that day vaguely, like after he had jumped over those wires, we had went to this thing called the smoke pits in the Navy. If you smoked cigarettes at the time, you had a designated area where you had to go and smoke at. So we all go down there. We're talking to this guy Nicholson, and he just keeps saying that, hey, I didn't jump. That wasn't me. I didn't jump. So some years go by or whatever, in the Discovery Channel, actually, I'll get the link together. It's still on the YouTube right now. But when you look at the video of him jumping over these wires, you can kind of see his shirt at his shoulders rise up. So taking his explanation of him not jumping and seeing like what looked like something pulling him up, I felt like that was my first experience of seeing an angel save somebody from something. This guy went along to, he's resting now. He actually passed away a few years back, but he went on to, after that, he just got real heavily in the word and was trying to preach the gospel, So I think from that, maybe even from that experience, he realized it too, that something outerworldly, something different, like protected me this day. Because like I said, when that wire came about 100 miles an hour, he wasn't even facing it. He just jumped. I mean, like kind of jokingly, like he would have dunked on Shaq that day. Like he was so high in the air,
Dang.
And it's crazy. It's just like, I think that was like the first time I seen something that was like, man, like there's definitely something else out here. All right. I'll go ahead and tell a second little story too. So,
all right.
Another story I got that's real significant is we had got out the military or whatever. trying to live this thing called life or whatever. We had moved to Illinois because she's from Illinois or whatnot. So we had moved up there, and we had a little was living in a duplex, you know, and the neighbor beside us, like nobody ever lived there or whatever. So we never seen anybody over there. So some time passed. Where I'm from, Kentucky, we had this big event here in Kentucky called Thunder over Louisville. So we decided to travel back to Kentucky to visit my sister and to go to this event. Well, we get a phone call, and I don't even know how we even got a phone call from somebody because we really didn't even know anybody. But they was telling us that the landlord had came and set all our stuff out, you know. So what really had happened is like where it was a duplex, the electric got cut off on the wrong apartment. So we thought that we abandoned our apartment. I mean, we had all our clothes, wedding rings, everything that we owned.
Everything of value, because we were only going to travel, you know, see his. We were only going to see the Thunder of Louisville stuff and go to the event with his sister. And so getting this phone call, we're like, what you mean you set all our stuff out?
Yeah.
What you mean it's our whole life? Like what do you mean? Like, so go ahead. Yeah. I'll let him finish.
So all our stuff, you know, set on the curb like an eviction or something without being evicted. But that wasn't even like that part of it is just the backstory of it. When we get back to Illinois, I mean, it wasn't like just stuff set out. This dude had went inside and pulled carpets up. He had removed floors, everything. But like I'm seeking through the house, I'm looking, trying to find like where is there any remnant of any of our stuff. So I go into the kitchen, and the only thing that's in this whole house of ours is my high school diploma open. It says Joseph Linton, and then my Holy Bible sitting right beside it. So from that point, you know, I even told her it's almost like, well, he was trying to tell me, hey, Joseph Linton, this is the only value you really need is right here, you know. So like I would say that pretty much after that, you know, like our eyes was open. We still had a little time before we jumped straight into the truth, but from that point, we started to go on that journey looking for God again, because like I grew up in the church. I'm talking about when I say I grew up in the church, I mean like while other people were out, you know, living teenage lives, I was part of a little gospel group. We traveling to church. I'm in church 3 or 4 days a week, you know. And then when I went to the military and went to all these countries and saw when I got to the Middle East countries and I saw how much they reverence their God and how much back home we weren't, it kind of turned me away from it completely. You know, I was just like, their faith is too strong, so they got to be right, you know. But after that, we went on a mission, and it seems like, you know, it was just like a domino effect. Like, and from that, now we standing in the lot, learning about the Most High, hopefully ready to make it into this kingdom, you know. So,
right,
yeah, so.
Yeah, that was a real deep time for both of us, because we were like on the verge of breaking down, like knowing that everything that we had three small children, you know what I'm saying? So
right,
somebody calling us and saying, hey, all your, you know, they didn't put all your stuff out, it's on the curb, da 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 da, you know. And it's just like, what you mean? Like we weren't moving, we only had a bag and what was on our back. That was it. So like us rushing back to Illinois, we like, oh, they bet not have touched our stuff, you know. We all hard and stuff. We get, you know, like we ready to kick somebody's butt when we get back or whatever, and we pull up and there's stuff right there on the curb. Like we saw some of our stuff on the curb, but we go in the house and to find out that he done completely renovated the house. He in there, he got new hardwood floors on there. You know, he's ready. He done moved us out. Like he said, we're going through stuff, and the only thing that we find is, you know, like you said, something with his name on it and the Holy Bible. And we like, if that ain't a sign for us that none of this stuff matters. What matters is that you need to be getting into this book. And like he said, and from that point on, we just decided to move from Illinois completely. We were like, you know what? We just out of here. We headed back to Kentucky. And we, from that point on, just started on our journey trying to find God. It did take us a little minute to find the truth, But in the midst of that, what we saw in the midst of that is what led us to the truth. Because we were going to churches, we were trying to find, we had a wild time with Sunday church, with people asking about like, where was you baptized? We need your baptized certificates from other places, and
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Baptism certificate.
Yeah.
They do that.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of that.
Yeah.
This is my first time hearing a baptismal certificate.
Yeah.
I'm the baptized. Look at my paperwork.
I
I
graduated.
didn't know that. It's the first time I'm hearing of that. Now, but appreciate. Well, you can continue.
I was just gonna say, man, there's a lot of politics in them churches, man. Just recently losing my mom. So my mom spends all her life at this particular church, and because I'm from a little town called Bardstown, Kentucky, spent all her life in this particular church. And then she, for her job, she moved to another town, another city, or whatever. But when she passed, and we trying to find somewhere that we can hold her services at, they was giving us all kind of upheaval, like, she don't belong to this church. Why don't you call that other church? It's like, so just was touching on some of the nonsense being them churches, but yeah.
Yep.
So,
and that's why I'm glad I got out of the church.
Man, I'm telling
Indeed.
you. I'm telling
you.
Especially-
one thing. Go ahead, sis.
I was just saying, especially at this pivotal moment right here where you can see everything's going on, you do not want to be brainwashed and part of that church. Like, it's
right.
Yeah.
But now, one thing I can say though, the family church I grew up in, every time like somebody in my family, which them bunch of those people, you know what I'm saying, are part of my family too. Mm-hmm. And I still got family go there. But pretty nice side church down here. But every time, one of my like when my father died, and aunts and uncles, granddad, blah, blah, blah. They always had their funeral there, and boom. But it's crazy how you can go to a church and people know you. They've been knowing this person for 20, 30, 40 years, and then the person died. Oh, get them to do it. The other church did.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
My mom went to school with the preacher. It was what's crazy. Went to school with him.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll let you down. They're not doing it's like now, with the whole EBT thing going on, the SNAP benefits and stuff, and people turning to their community churches and they're asking them or telling them that they can't give them anything because they didn't tithe and stuff like this. It's just the community's down. They don't got the money for them anyway, because the pastor then took the money and spent it on himself.
Yeah. That's why, even when I remember when I was in seminary back in 2010, the way they were talking then at seminary, like, man, 1,000 churches shutting down a day.
Oh,
it can't be, man. That sounds like a lot of churches, but really, when you look at it, I mean, for the most part, most of the people that go to church now is old people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people like, and they upper, I'm gonna say, in they 50s on up, you know what I'm saying? Really, people that probably been going there, forever, because all the people that's like, well, I'm gonna say 50 and under, they ain't in there.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? It's all old people. And then when they go away, the door is shut.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And the old people, they just sticking to tradition. It's just what they've done their whole life. So they just sticking to their traditions with it. But there is also, I feel like, a moment where the veil was kind of like ripped off, and it's like we can see them for what they are and what they're doing. A lot of people are choosing not to be a part of it because it's not representative of God. So
they don't want to be locked in there, forced to pay tithes. Lock them doors. Send that place.
Yeah, you pretty much just going there to hear the same 5 sermons, preached over and over and over,
Oh,
plus the one when it's telling you to pay your tithes.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying? And, you just, it's a place to get money to,
mhm.
something to do, I guess.
Yeah.
But, that's why, I left it a long time ago, but
Yeah.
probably 2000, about 2013 myself. Yeah. I had slowed down already. Around 2013, you know what I'm saying? I just stopped going. Said, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all had some nice stories today. Very entertaining,
Yeah.
from the, and I appreciate y'all coming on here today.
Oh, no
Thank
problem,
you,
man.
thank you,
Anytime.
thank you so much for having us too. It's like, yeah, we got some stories to tell. Hey, we got a few more too. Whenever you got other special editions that you want to do or topics that you want to do, I'm sure we got some other things to add. So,
Oh, that'll work. I'm glad y'all, be able to let somebody hear something that like, I talk about a lot of different things, but I see y'all have some similar stories too. So now they know I ain't just lying and just saying this stuff myself.
right. After 2 or 3 witnesses,
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I appreciate y'all coming on. But until next time, this is Tales from the Sipp, episode 77, special edition with 1FLESH. Be on the lookout for episode 78. Who knows what I'm gonna come with next time? But anyway, peace out. Yes, sir.
That's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Sometimes your boy may go way back in the day, talk about experiences and the games that he played. And that's another tale from the Sipp. That's another tale from the Sipp. Hey.